When you talk to your dog, do you know what they actually hear? You probably think they catch a few familiar words, their name, maybe walk or treat, and let the rest wash over them. But scientists ran an experiment inside a living brain that changed everything we thought we understood about this. And what they found is not just surprising. It completely rewrites what is happening every single time you open your mouth around your dog. Most owners have no idea, which means something extraordinary is passing between them and their dog every day, and they are missing all of it, sometimes for the entire life of their dog. What science discovered about what your voice actually triggers inside your dog, we will get to by the end of this video. And when you hear it, the next time you call your dog's name will feel entirely different. Here is what your dog actually hears when you talk to them. 1. You have probably heard that dogs respond to tone, not words, that the actual content does not matter as long as you sound warm and cheerful. It seems like the obvious explanation. But researchers wanted to test what was actually happening inside the brain. In 2016, scientists at Eötvös Loránd University in Budapest placed dogs inside an MRI scanner, one of the first studies ever designed to map a dog's brain, responding to real human speech in real time. What they found surprised the research team. Dogs process words in the left hemisphere of the brain. They process emotional tone in the right, exactly the structure humans use to process language. Your dog is not simply reacting to your mood. They are running two parallel systems at once, decoding what you said and how you feel about it simultaneously. That is not a learned behavior. That is a cognitive architecture that mirrors your own, built over thousands of years of living alongside humans and listening to them. The researchers described it as a fundamental parallel with human speech processing. Not a coincidence, not a rough similarity, a shared structure, which means every time you speak to your dog, far more is being received than you ever realized. Think about what that actually means. Every time you were frustrated and kept your voice level, every time you were scared but tried to sound steady, every time you spoke to your dog assuming they were simply waiting to hear a word they recognized. They were not waiting for a word. They were receiving you in two channels at once, every single time. 2. Your dog knows when you are not okay, and they hear it before you show it. Think about the moments you are stressed, but trying to hold things together, the careful tone, the controlled voice, the effort to sound steady. You think you are managing it. Your dog has already heard the truth. Research shows that dogs are sensitive to acoustic changes in human voices that fall below the threshold of conscious human perception. Subtle shifts in pitch, micro-tremors that accompany elevated cortisol, small fluctuations in vocal rhythm that emerge under psychological stress. Your dog registers all of it. Studies show that when an owner's voice carries stress markers, dogs redirect attention toward that person, shift posture, and frequently move physically closer, not because they read your expression, not because they saw your shoulders tighten, but because they heard it in your voice first. Research from the University of Lincoln found that dogs can distinguish emotional content across multiple human vocal states, including in voices they have never heard before, at rates that significantly exceed chance. Your dog does not need a long relationship to read you. But when they do know you, the precision they bring to that reading is something most people never receive from another human being. Think about the people in your life who have watched you closely and tried to understand what you were carrying without asking you to say it. Your dog does this automatically every time you're in the same space. They are not trying to decode you. They simply cannot hear your voice any other way. The reading is built into how they process sound. And if that just shifted something for you, hit like and subscribe. We cover what dog behavior actually means, not what we assume it means. Up next is one of the most overlooked findings in canine research. And once you understand it, the next time your dog tilts their head when you speak will never look the same. 3. The way you say your dog's name is not simply a cue. It carries something far more specific than the word itself. Researchers studying name recognition in dogs found that the response is not triggered by syllables alone. It is triggered by your voice carrying those syllables. When a familiar voice says a dog's name, the brain shows simultaneous activation in auditory processing regions and reward-linked areas. They hear the word and register the attachment signal at the same time. The prosody, the warmth, the rhythm, the specific rise in your voice when you call them, carries as much information as the name itself. After thousands of repetitions across months and years of shared life, your voice saying their name has become one of the most emotionally loaded signals their brain processes on any given day. That is why your dog turns before you have finished saying it. They did not wait to hear the whole word. They recognized you inside the first syllable, and the rest was already decided. That is years of shared experience compressed into less than a second of recognition. Every time you called their name with worry, or excitement, or just casual warmth, they filed all of it. Your voice saying their name is no longer just a word to them. It is a map, and they know exactly where it leads. 4. The soft voice you use with your dog is not just affection, it is doing something specific inside their brain. Most owners have a version of it that's slightly higher pitch, the slower pace, the warmth that comes out automatically when you talk to your dog without thinking about it. Scientists call it dog-directed speech. Research from the University of York confirmed that dogs do not just respond to it behaviorally, they respond neurologically in ways that differ from their response to normal adult conversation. It activates their bonding systems differently. It signals safety in a way ordinary speech does not. And here is what makes it remarkable. Dogs show a measurable preference for the people who use it. They orient toward those people more. They follow more readily. They engage more consistently. You thought you were just being warm with your animal. Your dog was registering a specific signal that says, "This voice belongs to someone safe. This voice belongs to someone who sees me." Once a dog files that signal, it does not easily leave. Research has also found that dogs learn new tasks significantly faster when instruction is delivered in dog-directed speech rather than flat adult speech. The voice that activates their bonding system also opens their attention. You are not just comforting your dog when you speak to them that way. You are reaching them at a level ordinary speech cannot. 5. There is a reason your dog stops whatever they are doing the moment your voice reaches them from another room. Not because they learned to, not because they were trained to, because of chemistry. Research tracking neurochemical responses in dogs confirmed what bonding scientists had been working toward for years. Familiar voices, specifically owner voices, trigger a measurable bonding response in dogs, including the release of oxytocin, the same hormone that surges between a mother and her newborn in the first moments after birth. Not only during eye contact, not only during touch. From sound alone, your voice, with its specific frequencies and its particular warmth, causes your dog's brain to initiate its most powerful bonding response, unprompted, simply because you spoke. Let that sit for a moment, and think back to everything we have covered. Your dog's brain processes your words and your emotional tone in parallel, the same structure yours uses. They hear stress in your voice before you have shown a single sign of it. The way you say their name triggers sound and reward processing simultaneously. The soft voice you use without thinking activates bonding circuitry every single time. Most people assume the bond with their dog is something they feel real and mutual, but ultimately unverifiable, just the story they tell themselves about their animal. What this research shows is that it is not a feeling. It is a measurable biological structure built by your voice across thousands of interactions your dog absorbed and encoded. All of it was building toward this one truth. Your voice is not background to your dog. It is one of the most significant sensory experiences their nervous system is organized around. When they hear you from across the house, their brain does not simply register a sound. It registers you, and everything that means to them, every layer of attachment built across every day of your shared life, responds.